So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So obviously I'm going in for surgery tomorrow, but well, this will be posted after I've been in for surgery, but basically I'm going to cut down the length of the videos from about an hour to half an hour just to try and get a few more done before my surgery. Basically it is the 4th of June currently, and I've got surgery on the 5th of June, so basically this will be posted after, obviously, but I'm going to just do about half an hour length on the upcoming videos just so that I can try and get more done and edited before I have to go in for surgery tomorrow, because I won't be able to get much up obviously for maybe a month, 2 months after the surgery. So yeah, we can do the best we can anyway. So I'm going to continue with this little area here on the fish. I'll probably just do this small section here for now and then move on. Obviously if I don't finish and if in the half an hour I don't finish the full little section that I'll do, I'll continue with another half an hour section. After that it'll probably go with the current section and the speed colouring of that current section, then the next section and the current speed colouring. So I'll basically just continue it for the next part if I don't quite finish the part that I'm working on. So there's no worries there. I'm just going to cut it down to half an hour, and whilst this is coming up so I can get more parts done, and then basically I'll continue it with the next part, but they'll be going up about every 3 days. Yeah. So I'm going to continue here with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple number 26, and we're going to continue with, as I said, these little areas. So this top area I'm going to do first. So I'm not going to do it quite the same as some of these others because it's so small. I just want to continue with the Imperial Purple around where there'll be kind of shadows, I guess, or where those lumpy areas are. So yeah, I really hope you'll enjoy this anyway, and yeah, that's just how I'm going to do it to try and cover the whole or the time I'm not recording, hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. I may get it all done, I may not get it all done. We'll just have to play it by ear. And I want to add my little light source area there so that we can add our next colouring, trying to leave enough space for 2 more colours if we can, which is kind of hard because that space is very small. Yeah. So yeah, I really hope that you will enjoy these parts anyway, and yeah, I'll be responding when I can after the surgery, so but that may not be as regular. It sort of all depends on how I'm feeling and all of that. Not to mention I'll also have no internet access and stuff, which I'm not actually worried about. It's nice to get away from the internet and at times. So yeah. So I'm just doing basically going around where the shadow areas are, where these streaks are. I'm sort of not doing it the same as like these little arch areas here, but I'm doing it more like these pink ones, but in the purple instead of the pink. I am. They may not all be half an hour, they may go a little over, we'll just have to see at the time, but basically I'm going to just, if like I'm only part way through something that I'm doing like the flower or something, I will just continue that same part next after the speed colouring for the current part goes up. So yeah, that way you can still see how to finish it. It's not being left part finished, but it's just upcoming. But I just worked out that I've just got to do, if I want to cover a couple of months every 3 days, I've got to do at least 8 videos, because that's two videos per 8, so per one. It's 2 videos per one, because I do the speed colouring version and the real-time version. So yeah, I've got a lot of work ahead of me to try and do today, as well as finishing packing, ready to go to hospital and that tomorrow. So fun. So now I want to come in with my Magenta number 21. I want to bring that in over our Imperial Purple. I want to bring that over there, and also a little bit of light areas there, but we're trying to leave space for a third colour with the white, or I am anyway. That's what I want to do. And as you'll notice too, the magenta isn't exactly in every area. It's not exactly standing out on its own in every area, because it's being used to blend the Imperial Purple, but also just because there's not a lot of room as well. As you'll notice by the way that it's sort of accidentally filled up that full area, but I'm trying to do my best to leave some space for it, for the final colour as I can. And just making sure you do that little light area at the top, so that you can blend in the next colour a bit easier. I was just looking, because whilst it's one-sided, it still kind of leaves some press marks in the underneath area that I can feel like it kind of flattens out with time, but I can feel it leaving a few press marks even though it's 180 GSM paper. So yeah, I'm trying not to do that too much, but these pencils are really good. I really like them, but yeah, I'm just trying not to, like as I said in my other colouring books, I've dinted the back area of the paper, so I'm trying not to do that too badly here, even though it is one-sided and it doesn't really affect the back image. Old habits die hard when trying to prevent things like that, so that you're able to colour the back image. It's just, I automatically check the images even if I forget that they're kind of a one-sided page. Because, like, as you'll know, a lot of the Millie Marotta books are the double-sided, so yeah. And now lastly, what I want to do is I want to come in with my Derwent Procolour Heather number 23, and I just want to bring that final colour in over all the rest of these. So this is sort of our final colour. And there we have it. So next I'm going to just check the time quickly. So we've still got a bit of time. So next I'm actually going to come in with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple, and we're going to do our ready tones for this little, I guess, leafy area, is it? Is that what you'd call it? I don't know. And I just want to make sure I leave some little light areas because we're going to do our ready pinks and that here. Yeah. And so we're using our Imperial Purple to create the shadow in the ready areas like we did with all the others. Now what I want to do is come in with my Crimson Lake number 14, and hang on, I just need to come back with my Imperial Purple quickly in here because this is obviously a shadowed area even though it's part of what we did. I'm going to come back now with the Crimson Lake. And we just want to bring that in over all these colours. Over the purple particular. Well, there's no other colour but the purple, so why am I saying all these colours? I don't know. Brain's not functioning. I don't know if you can hear that, the neighbours' dogs are going again. So just excuse that if you can hear it. Now what I want to do is come in with my Cerise Pink number 20, and we want to bring that over all those colours too, including this little shadow area down here. And some of these obviously aren't going to... I was hoping to use a bit of the white in there, but I don't know that it's quite going to fit. I guess we'll see. Oh, it might fit in some of them, not the smaller areas obviously, but some of these areas it might fit a bit of the white. So some of these areas won't fit the white in it, but other areas will, but we'll still use the white over all of them anyway. So now I want to come in with my Derwent Procolour Chinese White, number 72, and I just want to bring that over all of these areas, even though some areas just are finished with the pink. I still want to bring the Chinese White over all of them so that it just blends it in and works, and each of them sort of look like they've all been done with the same or similar colour tones. Well, same colour tones obviously because they're the same pencils, but yeah. My brain's not functioning. Lack of sleep for many nights is a problem. But we'll get there. We will get there. There we go. Now what I want to do is come back in. I'm going to do these little inner areas with our purple. So I want to come back in with my Derwent Procolour Imperial Purple. And because our shadow light sources are coming from that way, I kind of want to bring it along the bottom side here. And then change it depending on, as we go, how the light source would change with the way it's reflecting on it. And doing a little bit of light area to allow for blending the next colour. And then finally with that bit, I want to come in with my magenta and just finish that little area off with the magenta. So now I'm just looking at this and thinking, I'm thinking about, like, see this, the ready area here. I'm just going to pause for a minute and get a drink just because I'm feeling a bit thirsty. So I'm going to pause for a minute and get a drink, and whilst I get a drink I'm going to think about that. I'm thinking of continuing with the ready area, but we'll see. But yeah, I will be back shortly. So hey everyone, I'm back. So I'm gonna keep going here. Gotta get on with all the foot devices and that again. So I think I am going to go with our sort of a red and pink and purple here for this little area. And then purple here, and then I'm thinking purple here and here, obviously for these lines, but then I'm sort of wondering if I should go with these lumps, like the purple tones, and then the reds. I might do that. So I think I'm going to, depending on time, I'm going to try and do these areas just depending on time. We'll see as to how much I get done, going via the time, I guess you could say. So we can only do our best. And just making sure we do our little light areas so that we can blend things easier. I'm trying to do like a little sort of arched area in the center with our shadow as well. Just to create a bit more depth and that around it. Probably wouldn't be quite as much there, but I kind of I just want to add the bit of the shadow up there because our light is kind of coming from this way, so there would probably still be a bit of shadow back here. Anyway, at least that's how I like to think of it. And then I want to come in with my Crimson Lake number 14, and I want to bring that over all these colours as I typically do. I don't know if I've done the best job of blending that in or not. Doesn't look bad, but I don't know. Maybe it could have been a bit better with the purple blending level area. I don't know. I'll see what it looks like after we're done, and we can always do touch-ups after anyway. We can. And then my last colour for this little area is my Cerise Pink number 20, and we just want to bring that over all those colours as well. Just blend it in as best we can. Trying to make sure that I keep the paper up there so I don't get any crease marks through it if the paper slips or slides, and trying to keep that thickness there because obviously it would be sliding because I've got Glad wrap behind it because I've got another coloured image behind that. Then I'm trying to limit the amount of colour loss, but you still lose some colour from them anyway, and I may have to do some touch-ups for that one later on. I may, because I can see like it's like white speckledy mark areas and stuff like that they seem to get, and yeah, sometimes I like to touch it up, but I don't remember all the colours that I used for that one now, so I would have to work it out again if I did. But yeah, that's what seems to happen with a lot of images, and that's why I use the Glad wrap, because I just haven't gotten fixative to work for me. So I do it the best way I can because, yeah, I know a lot of people use fixative, but I've tried fixative many different ways and holding it far away even further than the directions show, and I still get bleed through and stuff, so I don't bother with it and I just use the Glad wrap. But it still does mean the images sometimes require some touch-ups, but it means that the colour loss isn't as bad as it would be if it didn't have the Glad wrap there, basically. So now what I want to do is I want to come back in with my Imperial Purple number 26, and I'm actually, because I'm going to do both the streak areas and these little lumpy areas this time with our Imperial Purple before I go on to the next colour, because basically these three areas are basically going to be the same colours. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to come in with my Imperial Purple, obviously on the opposite side of where our light sources are coming from, which is, I think, up this way if I remember correctly. They were that way. I can't remember fully. Oh well. But yeah. And doing a little light area along it as well to allow for the blending to work in with each other better. Also, if my alarm goes off, sorry about that, that's just so that I've got a reminder to ring the hospital for my surgery / fasting time today as well, because that's typically how things go in Australia. We have to ring them for a surgery time, so surgery / fasting time, so I've just got my alarm set in case it goes off while I'm doing a video or something, just so you know in advance. But yeah, not that you'll see this till after that time anyway, so yeah, I'm saying all these things that are going to be confusing because it's like, hang on, hasn't that already happened? But I'm just trying to pre-record as much as I can. I am. Because I want to try and, if I can, leave some videos for all of you to be able to look at and follow along with whilst I can't do them. I'm just going to do these lighter areas first, and then I'll come back and add in the darker purple area again, like I just did with the above ones there. Now I just want to add a dark purple line along where this area goes, I guess you could say. And then now I want to come in with my magenta number 21, and I want to finish off these little areas with the magenta. Obviously we're trying to get that nicely blended look to the shading if we can. It may not totally work out as well as we wanted at times, but we can do the best we can do. If we need to, as I said, we can do some touch-ups. If I don't really like the way it's come out looking, I can always go back and touch things up a little bit and make it work better. But there may be a bit lacking with updates on Facebook and Instagram and that whilst I'm recuperating too. But yeah, see how things go anyway as to what I get done or what I can do and how much I can do. And it's, as I said, I'll be out of internet reception and that anyway, so basically in a dead zone at my grandparents' farm whilst I recover for a bit, so I may not be able to respond much or update as things post, but things will still be going up either way. And I will obviously update them all once I get back, once I'm able to anyway, or once I feel up to it basically. look at the time. I'm just quickly going to finish this last little area here with our white area here, and then I think we'll leave it at that for this part. So I just want to come back in with my Imperial Purple number 26, and I want to just use that to get a brief bit of shading or shadow down here. I'm not going to worry too much about little light areas just because that'll take away too much space for the two colours we're going to use in there, with the two more colours that we're going to use in there, but hopefully we'll be able to blend it in a bit. If we don't get it in so much, once I've got those colours in, then I'll go and add in a little bit of lighter areas. But basically I just want to show these shadows behind this little section here. And actually I might just try doing just a very light bit of blending now that I'm looking at it and thinking about it. So just light, trying not to take up too much space, just very light all along the top of these areas. It is taking up some space, there's not a lot of space there, but we're going to do the best we can anyway. We are. Now, so hey everyone, I'm back. So unfortunately the camera battery died before when I started doing the next bit. So what I started with was actually my Crimson Lake number 14, and what I was doing, I'm going to do the light source obviously, but I'm just going over the purple area with that currently, just because I do want to add in a third colour in this area, which is obviously a pink, but we'll get to that soon. Oh, starting to feel really nervous now that surgery's on tomorrow. But yeah, I had a friend come around who helped me with a couple of things and to get the keys and stuff, and yeah, I really appreciate that. But I obviously didn't continue doing colouring videos whilst I was at it. I'll just see what I can do. I'll try to do the best I can anyway. I will. But yeah, feeling quite nervous now about surgery tomorrow. So, but it's what needs to happen. It is. I just want to come in with a bit of a light area with that Crimson Lake. I was just doing a couple of little touch-ups there as I went. And now I want to come in with my final colour for this section, which is my Cerise Pink number 20 from my Derwent Procolour, and I just want to bring that over all those other colours and just, I guess you could say, fill her in. But yeah, I've been sort of looking forward to it and getting it done and getting my ankle sorted and getting on the road to recovery. And today it's just like all the positive thoughts about it are gone and the nerves are here. But I'm not going to pull out at all. It needs to happen, and otherwise my ankle is not going to get better, as I've been told, because of the injury that I've done to it. So yeah, but that doesn't stop the nerves. It doesn't. yeah, I'll just do the best I can to get as many videos done as I can, and it'll just have to work out with what I get done. So I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to do a little bit of a touch up with my Crimson Lake here. I just want to do some light blending areas, just a little bit into that pink a little more, and that's it. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I really hope you've enjoyed this part. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe and comment, as I love hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.